Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Ascendant. Welcome to Reading Tarot. For those who are new to my channel, thanks for checking out the channel. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't sweat it. It wasn't meant for you at that moment. Let it go to the universe. For those returning, thank you for all your support. I truly do appreciate all the likes and shares, and it truly does help the channel grow and keeps my mug around a while longer. Virgo, we're just going to do a quick prayer and then we'll get right into your reading. So, God, Goddesses, Universe, help me to be of service to Virgo. Help me share with them thoughts and ideas that will make them happy, healed, and the best version of themselves. And so it is. Okay, Virgo, I drew one from your energy oracle for an overall energy. Okay, and you received the number 19 card, and that's rest and rejuvenation. So this card shows a man in a meditative and tranquil state. The message here, Virgo, is that it is time to relax. You may have been busy lately, but you should soon be finding more time to just let go. So when you do, allow yourself to go within and open up to the peace and wisdom that are vibrating there. This card outright indicates that there should be more leisure time for you now, Virgo, and more of an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking. So make it a priority, Virgo. Your connection to spirit brings great assistance, but it can only be achieved through regular relaxation and meditation. So, Virgo, now is a great time to make sure you insert this gentle activity into your daily life. In many ways, this is far more productive than unceasing action. Okay. So, for an affirmation, you can say this with me if you'd like, Virgo. I make relaxation a part of my daily life. Peace and quiet bring me clarity and joy. Okay, Virgo. And, even if it doesn't take a lot of time, if you take 5 minutes in the morning, say a little prayer, ask for a little bit of guidance, and then maybe throughout the day, give a little bit of thanks for the blessings that you have in your life. And then, at nighttime, take another 5 minutes and just thank the divine or your spirit guides or whoever for just getting you through the day and being in your life, and show a little bit of humility and a little bit of gratitude, and it goes a long way. And you'd be surprised if you do that every day, and in doing that, you're taking that time for yourself, and you're centering yourself, right? You get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of everything that we forget to take care of the number one, right? And if you're not good to yourself, you're not going to be good to anyone else as well, right? So take care of yourself. Make sure you get that self care. Okay, so Virgo, the next card I drew was from your animal spirit guides. All right, and you received the boar, and it says, "Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious." So, whatever difficulties you're experiencing now, Virgo, whether with a relationship, career path, or some other concern, dig in and rummage around until you discover how to solve the problem. Then take immediate action to remedy it. Every time you confront adverse situations in this way, Virgo, you'll be uprooting those elements in your life that appear to be obstacles to fulfilling your purpose. So, life can sometimes be very uncooperative with your rational mind sense of order, and will at times even block your demands on how events or experiences should unfold. Excuse me. So if you're living on Earth, Virgo, you're going to get your feet muddy sometimes, but it's no call for panic, crisis, or drama. Instead, take a couple deep breaths and view whatever problem you encounter as simply something that needs to be taken care of. As the saying goes, there's really no problems, only creative possibilities. So once you've emerged victorious, which means that you've either conquered your problem or changed your thinking about how you initially perceived the situation, you'll experience a surge of power and confidence, Virgo. Remember that your power originates from source, expressed through you as you, Virgo. When you vanquish the illusion of this situation being a problem, you'll not only feel a greater sense of relief and freedom, but you will also open the way for your heart, mind, and soul to be more in aligned with the will of spirit. When you operate from that perspective, you can overcome anything there, Virgo. Okay? And so it is. Let's have a quick drink here. Okay, so we'll put these aside for now. So Virgo, actually, you know what? I drew one from your divine messages and one from your gateway light activation. So I think I'll draw those two, I'll take those two cards and then we'll get right into your reading. Just kind of little prior messages you got here, Virgo. So for your divine guidance, you got the number 10 card, and this is the card of gentleness, Virgo. Okay, sometimes Virgos can be well, they're very caring, but sometimes when things don't go, if their OCD kicks in and things don't go their way, they get a little bit well, stern, I guess you would say. Okay, Virgo. So, gentleness. You're an intricate being that is unique and diverse in your own special way. Spirit asks that you be gentle with yourself and accept delicate nature of who you really are. The spiraling energy is here to remind you that there is a great power and strength in your softness, and it is here to assist you in healing on all levels. It is also here to remind you that you are a divine being of light who is as deserving as any other human being on earth. So smile and recognize your own authenticity and beauty in all your glory, Virgo. And so it is. Okay, guys. And finally, but not least, I drew one from your Gateway of Light activation. Okay. And you received the Higher Heart activation. And it says, dropping shields, divine love, and your heart is healed. It's a pretty intense card there, Virgo. So, so the heart chakra is the most ascended form of the higher heart chakra is the most ascended form of the heart chakra. So it's found in the center of the chest in the heart or our heart region and is seen clairvoyantly as a pink color. The reason that this energy center is pink, it's because it's the opposite complementary of green, which is red, with the white light of spirit. So through this stargate of the heart, we have the potential to connect with the divine love, the love that exists in all things, and experience the heaven within. So this card transports us to a higher heart space where we can recognize that love is not an external essence, but a light we hold within. It has been there through every lifetime. When the higher heart becomes active, it's a recognition that the search for love has ended and the excavation of the heart has finally begun. So, Virgo, you have experienced much fear, separation, and heartache in your lifetime. This has encouraged you to close off and shield yourself from possible hurt. For a long time, you've been trying to open yourself back up, but have been concerned about being far too vulnerable. So this card shows you have realized that love isn't something you have to work for or search for, but your divine inheritance. So you have also recognized that this energy isn't something that comes through relationships or external experiences, but it's your natural state of being. So the more you close yourself off, Virgo, the more you close off from your true self. So the more you drop your shields, the more love is revealed. So the more you express the love you are, the more it is reflected back to you. Love is your truth there, Virgo. And so it is. And that's it's a tough thing sometimes. We go through life and different relationships, and sometimes you hurt people, and sometimes you get hurt, right? And sometimes cards always don't go your way, but people go through different things in life and different experiences, and they different lessons, and sometimes we sit there and wonder why we go through some of the lessons we do because at the time you think the whole world's against you, or how could someone do this to you, and your heart's broken and shattered. But in the end, it's about you. I guess you have to look at it as in, what did I learn by this? Am I a better person for this? And in the end, it might not initially feel that way, but in the end, there's always something that turns out better because of that, right? Whether it was an ending, or maybe it was you needing to learn how to forgive, or maybe it was karma coming back on you from doing the same thing to that person, to someone else, right? So, you just got to take those experiences and learn from them and try to be a better person. And, if things are meant to be, they're meant to be, right? And breakups are hard sometimes, but you're never going to find love if you close yourself off. And, it's a tough thing to do, right? No one likes to get hurt. But, do you want to grow old and be alone, right? I don't think anyone wants to be alone, when they get older and, when it's time for you to go. I personally, I think I'd want someone there, right? And what better yet to have someone that you've been with for, 20, 30 years or even 5 years, right? So anyways, Virgo, so open your heart, let that guard down, right? And if it, if you're when you feel love, you'll know when you meet that soulmate or that twin flame, because it's just a different feeling, right? And yeah, so it's sometimes the risk is worth it. That's for sure, right? So it's better to have tried than to have not tried at all and never knew what you missed, right? Okay, Virgo. So I'll shut me up there. So we're going to do a 5 card spread, and I'm using the Angel Wisdom Tarot for the tarot, and for clarifiers, I am using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So for your first position in the 5 card spread is your current situation, Virgo, and you received the Three of Water, the Three of Water. So it says news worth celebrating, joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancy, or graduation. A time for gratitude, close communities, or chosen families. Okay. So this is a time of celebration, Virgo. Common reasons to kick up your heels with this card include an engagement, wedding announcements, pregnancy, birth announcements, graduations, an exciting new job, promotions, and more. As always, when wonderful news comes your way, you are encouraged to offer gratitude to Source and your angels for the blessings given to you. The Three of Water can also be a reminder to spend time with the people you love. Tell them how much they mean to you, relish their company and the happiness they bring to your life. Okay, so for your wisdom card, for your wisdom from your angels, celebrate with Archangel Uriel the joyous news that awaits you. Turn your face into the sun and bask in the blessings from the divine, and so it is. And like I said before, it's most people, they just they ask for help when they're in shit, or when shit's hit the fan and they're in dire need, right? But when they're hugging the porcelain toilet. But your angels and the divine, they want to, in your spirit guides, they want to be, they like to be thanked too. They're just like everyone else, right? And they say when you give thanks to the angels, they dance and they sing in the heavens, right? So okay, Virgo. So for a clarifier for your current situation for the Three of Water, you received the number 9 card, and that's the Seek card. So sometimes individuals become so engrossed in a relationship or in wanting a relationship, that all perspective is lost. The relationship becomes their world and they lose sight of themselves. So this card suggests that now is the time to take a step back, either from a relationship or from the desire for one, and go on an eternal quest to rediscover yourself, Virgo. One of my favorite sayings is, they can't be a we until there's a me. If this resonates with you, it's time to have a dialogue with your higher power, your higher self, and your guides about who you are and what you really need in life. You may be surprised by the answer, Virgo. This is also a good time to physically retreat from your busy life and relationships. Attending a spiritual retreat would be optimal. However, simply finding some time for solitude and introspection can be just as beneficial. With COVID and everything, things are a little bit difficult, but we can always take that quiet solitude for ourselves, Virgo. So you can take a walk in nature, quiet your mind, and listen for messages from the birds, the trees. Give yourself the gift of a daily 5-minute meditation. Um, You can also seek deeper meaning for you about what your what role your relationships play in your life. You may feel that you need assistance in your quest for a greater understanding regarding what you need in a relationship, or even how to handle a specific relationship. So find a guide or a mentor who is knowledgeable in matters of the heart and converse with that person. There, Virgo. So for an affirmation, you can say this with me if you'd like. I take time for solitude and introspection. And so it is, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. So for your second position in the 5 card spread is your desires of the situation. So I'll throw these bad boys over here. And you received the Strength card. And it says personal power and assertiveness portrayed with kindness. Compassion that brings about forgiveness and realizing that you're stronger than you knew. Pretty cool card. So Archangel Ariel, the lioness of God, is very connected to Earth and its animals. She can inspire you to have confidence while still being sensitive to others, Virgo. So this is a card of inner strength, Virgo. It's power through kindness and compassion through courage. On the other hand, this card would have you know that you're stronger than you realize and that you have the ability to conquer any challenges you experience or you're experiencing. You should have more faith and trust in yourself there, Virgo. On the other hand, if it asks that you handle issues with other people with a soft touch and kind words. Taking the tough approach isn't the answer right now, Virgo. And you can be a little bit hard on people sometimes. All right. So the strength card asks you to look upon your sensitivity as an amazing gift that you can use to navigate through troubled times, Virgo. Okay. If you need to stand up for yourself, then by all means do so. Just couple assertiveness with kindness and dignity. Okay. And so it is. Okay, Virgo. So for clarifier for your strength card, for the your desires, you received the win or lose card, and that's number 5 card. So often, no matter matters of the heart, people find themselves in disagreements, set against one another in a battle of wills. So the ego takes place of intellect, greed overtakes generosity. The love in the relationship is forgotten in the desire to win, but where there's a winner, there's also a loser. So the partners are no longer equals, and the relationship can falter and completely break down, Virgo. So at this time, be cautious about letting your ego trick you into acting in your own self-interest, especially at someone else's expense, Virgo. If another person is trying to provoke you, do your best to remain detached. Solve disagreements in a way that makes everyone a winner. Find the middle ground where each person yields just a bit, but just enough, right? So let love be your guide in dealing with conflicts around matters of the heart, Virgo. In the end, it's not winning that matters, it's the love that matters, Virgo, right? And, everyone's got feelings, and, you got to be careful about what you say, because what you put out there, it comes back. And once you say something, it's pretty hard to take those words back, right? And the stories get. It's like a friend of mine said. Her dad used to do this example of he threw a plate on the ground and it shattered in a bunch of pieces, and then he said, "Say sorry to it." And she said sorry, and he's like, "Is it fixed?" Right? And it's true, right? People, you can say sorry to as much as you want, but a lot of times I don't mean shit, right? Unless you do the action that's needed and you take responsibility for that, right? So, yeah. Okay, so Virgo, so for your third position in the 5 card spread is your helpful messages, and you receive the 4 of water. Failing to recognize the magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of daily life, discontentment or boredom, lost in your own world, wake up. So it's easy to become distracted by life. Your to-do list just keeps growing, and the mind has a tendency to focus on the challenges you're experiencing rather than the reasons to be grateful, Virgo. Unfortunately, it's those very distractions that can keep you from noticing blessings and opportunities even when they're right in front of your face, Virgo. So this card asks you to wake up, Virgo. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Look for the magical messages coming your way and be ready to take full advantage of the blessings being offered to you, Virgo. So for wisdom from your angels, it isn't always easy to see the blessings of the universe that the universe is offering you. So Archangel Samuel, the eyes of God, can help provide you with an awakening to make everything clear, Virgo, and so it is. And like I said, we all have free will, right? We can all make our own choices. So if you don't ask for help, if you don't ask your guardian angels or the archangels or the divine to come in and ask them for help, they're not going to come in and help you, right? Because it's free will, right? So you do need to ask for that help, and whether it's out loud, whether it's in your head, you know what I mean. Uh, yeah. So to bring them into your life, you need to ask them to help you. Right? Okay. So for a clarifier for the Four of Water for your helpful messages, you receive the number 3 card, and that is the Nurture card there, Virgo. Okay. So the Nurture card, Virgo, reminds you to tend to the garden. Relationships must be nourished in order to thrive. So count the abundant blessings of the relationships you have. Find ways to let other people know that you care for them and appreciate them. So good relationships can be taken to new levels of happiness, and faltering relationships can be revived with loving care and attention, right? So equally, be sure to tend to your relationship with yourself as well, Virgo. Nurture your soul by giving yourself the grace to be who you really are and love yourself for it. So take a few minutes every day to connect with the divine. Meditate for 5 minutes or simply have an attitude of gratitude. Nurture your mind by engaging in activities that stimulate and engage you. Use your creativity in some way every day. Everyone has the ability to be creative, whether you paint, write, cook, sew, sing, dance, or just live. So take care of your body by maintaining your good health or by making it healthy. Relax in a bubble bath, enjoy a cup of tea, or take a long walk. Connecting with nature will soothe and nourish all aspects of yourself, Virgo. You are an earth sign. So remember that nurturing yourself also raises your vibration and sends a signal of love into the universe. If you desire it, that signal will be a beacon that will bring a new and loving relationship to you, Virgo. Okay? So for an affirmation, you can say this with me if you like. I shower all my relationships with loving attention and watch them blossom, and so it is. Okay, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. So for your fourth position in the 5-card spread is your challenges of the situation. And you received the 10 of Water. A happy marriage, happily ever after, emotional contentment, a loving relationship with your children, raising children wisely and successful, people you can trust. So this card predicts a harmonious time with your family. This may be peace that comes to your birth family, or it might be contentment that blesses your marriage and your own children. So the feelings of deep love and mutual respect are very powerful, Virgo. These are genuine emotions that fill your life with joy. Of course, those you call family could also be the beloved community you have chosen. So take the time to emotionally invest in the people most dear to you, Virgo. So for wisdom from your angels, Archangel Jophiel is with you to help you clearly see all your blessings and all that you have to be grateful for. There's nothing more important in the world than to be blessed with people you love and who love you in return as well, there, Virgo. All right. So for a clarifier for your challenges for the 10 of Water, you received the number 9 card, and that is well-deserved reward. Buddy up there on his perch, all proud and happy. So your efforts are paying off there, Virgo. When this card appears, it suggests that you have seen or will soon find your relationships falling into place. It hasn't always been easy, but you had the discipline to persevere. So as you've worked to create fulfilling relationships, you sometimes had to give more than you would have liked, but you've seen the positive results of the action. So you kept the ultimate goal in mind, Virgo. Be proud of yourself. You've shown that you're self-reliant and confident. You're entering a phase of your life where your dealings with others will become effortless. Be considerate and compassionate in your interactions. There is less need for confrontation now. Diplomacy is the best approach there, Virgo. So as you move forward, expect to feel satisfaction with your accomplishments regarding love in its many aspects. You're being blessed for your hard work, Virgo, and so it is. Okay, guys, so for your fifth position in the five card spread is the outcome of your situation there, Virgo. All right. And you received the Knight of Air. And it says decisive, focus driven, defensive events that move with great speed. Choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional. Sudden or unexpected changes. Review your options carefully. So, the Knight of Air is the fastest moving energy in all of the tarot. And if the Knight of Water is if the Knight of Water is the knight in shining armor, while the Knight of Air is too. So just cut from a different cloth. There are a lot of positive things to say about this knight, and a few chilling negative things to say as well. So if you are this knight, your intellect shines so bright that you make the Page of Air look dim-witted. In fact, you are the Page of Air's hero. You are a knight on a quest, and if you have chosen a quest, you'll race in and access it in 90 seconds, and then off you'll go to make a difference in the world. Your intellect, decisive, and crazy effective. When you take on a challenge, you really take on a challenge. So, Virgo, you desperately want to make a difference. Your intentions are pure, but sometimes your actions aren't for the faint of heart. So the problem can be with this thing called planning is you don't do it. Granted, more often than not, your instincts are right and things turn out well, but sometimes, well, sometimes it's a disaster. And for that reason, Virgo, the people you're attempting to help will try to get you to sit down and consider the options. So good luck to them. Because of this, sometimes you can come into people's lives, create all manner of havoc, and then just sort of disappear off to the next quest. So, words of awareness there, Virgo. Slow down. At least try to make a plan. Don't be a know-it-all, and don't be argumentative. Uh, and have you considered anger management therapy for that temper of yours? And I'm a Virgo, so I've probably done it about 5 times. Okay, so Virgo, so let's get a clarifier on that. So clarifier for your outcome for the Knight of Air, you received sadness and isolation, the number 3 card. So love can bring both joy and sorrow there, Virgo. When disappointment enters your life, it's important to acknowledge the accompanying sadness and feelings of loss. However, it's equally vital not to dwell on the loss. The temptation may be to isolate yourself from the world and cling to your grief. This card is a reminder to trust that this situation, as hard as it may be, is in your best interest. It's time to gently let go of the sorrow and disappointment. So sorrow can also hold you back, or it can elevate you to new levels of understanding. So Virgo, focusing on sadness and the loss will prevent you from attracting new positive energy around relationship. So it's time to turn your disappointment into hope for the future. So ask what lessons you can learn from the situation, move beyond despair into healing and joyful love. Let go and move on. You have more powerful spiritual forces helping you than you can ever imagine, Virgo, and so it is. Right? And a lot of times, in relationships, they can be pretty tough sometimes. And, the biggest thing is the person's got to sit there and say, do I love this person enough and to fight for it, right? And I think a lot of people nowadays, they tend to, just walk away because it's easier that way, right? And, if you really care for someone and really love someone, then you know what, fight for them, right? And shit'll get tough, and you may have a few tears, and you may have a few fuck yous and this and that. But at the end of the day, you got to think what your life would be without that person and how important they are to you, right? So some things. Sometimes there's people in your life that are really worth fighting for, right? And it either turns out really good in the end, or you get hurt in the end, right? But that's what life's about. That's what learning lessons are. And if that's the case, then there's something better for you out there, right? And you learn by you learn by your mistakes, and you learn by the choices you make, and hopefully you go through life making all the right ones. All right, Virgo. So, yeah, that's it for your reading. I'll check out some numbers here. Like I said in the beginning, if something didn't resonate with you, don't sweat it. It wasn't meant for you at that moment. And, everything, I watch other readers as well. And, a lot of times I'll be like, fuck, I never got anything from that reading. I don't know what they're talking about. And I don't hear, there's nothing, I can't relate to nothing. And the divine, you're putting, you're brought to these readings for a reason, because there's obviously a message that your spirit guides or the divine wants you to hear. But at the time, you're either too stubborn, or you're in a piss, or you're all pissy or something, and you just don't want to hear what you're supposed to want to hear. Right? Then everyone wants to hear things they don't want to. So, yeah, so it either would be the day later, or when later on that day, I'll be like, oh yeah, or I'll even just listen to the reading again, and then I'll be like, oh fuck, okay, I get it, right? So you just gotta keep an open mind and open your heart, and realize that you've been brought to that reading for a reason, and there's obviously an important message there for you. So, not that I'm telling you all this, so yes, listen to all my readings, but that's what I believe. You can believe what you want, but I'm pretty sure that's how the divine is, right, or how things happen. Or I could be wrong, whatever. All right, guys. So for numbers, you receive 2 9s, 3 3s, and 3 10s. Okay. So maybe there's something significant in those numbers. You may want to check it out. And yeah, so thanks for coming out, Virgo. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Like, I can't express how much it truly does help the channel grow, and keeps my mug around a while longer, right? And yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. I appreciate you coming out, and I hope you come back again. And hopefully I can give you some type of message that will better you for that day, that minute, that hour, or for who knows, maybe a lifetime. Okay, guys, thanks a lot, and have a great week, and namaste.